Now, I've never eaten a raw oyster in my life, but one of their specialties here is the chocolate-covered oyster. And George says I'm not allowed to leave until I try one, so here goes nothing. It's a marshmallow! There's certainly a lot of buzz here on campus. However, head football coach Jimbo Fisher says that there haven't been any official talks as to whether or not the school will be making the switch. Know that the bridge has been closed onto the island at this point, and so people that are here can still get out if they want. But we had mentioned the Blue Parrot being open, and if you take a look behind me, you can see there's a family that just pulled up, and they're out there sitting on the porch. They're going to have their dinner and take a look at the storm. The fire happened here in Unit D5 at the Shady Knoll Apartments. The woman in D6 said she smelled smoke early Sunday morning. That's when they discovered it was coming from next door.
Now an exclusive Eyewitness News investigation. The Florida Bar is getting ready to launch an investigation into a woman who they worry is offering legal advice to people affected by the BP oil spill. Eyewitness News reporter Jacquie Slater met with the Florida Bar earlier today. She joins us live in studio with her findings. Jacquie?
That's right. Susan Hayden Daniels set up shop in Panacea last week. In town hall style forums, residents say she claims chemicals sprayed following the BP oil spill are making them sick and that it isn't safe for them to stay in Wakulla County or work on the water.
There's some of us ain't been back to work for, 4 or 5 days. We don't want to kill nobody. We don't want to sell nobody no bad seafood or eat seafood or get any more of this stuff on us than possible.
She was basically warning people about the chemicals that are being sprayed over our waters that is going to kill us within 5 years. I mean, she had us terrified.
Susan Hayden Daniels set up shop in Panacea last week. Through word of mouth, residents heard about a woman promising to help them in lawsuits against BP. Most of the people attending the meetings are commercial fishermen. Daniels says around 50% of them have difficulty reading or writing.
I help them fill out the claim forms for this BP oil spill. I take them to the hospital when they're sick.
Some people at the meeting began questioning the legality of what she was presenting them. On forms Daniels hands out, she says she's with a group called the Mediators out of Jupiter, Florida. She also handed out forms saying people would be represented by Brent Kuhn and Associates, a law firm based out of Texas. A call to the Florida Bar revealed Daniels hasn't been authorized to practice law in Florida since August of 2011. I confronted Daniels at one of her meetings.
I came here to help the people.
So
I have not done anything wrong.
So you're going to say that this paper did not come from you?
Ma'am, I have not, with all due respect, I have not given legal advice, tax advice, or medical advice.
You didn't tell anybody how much to write down on these forms?
I beg your pardon?
You didn't tell anybody to write down $250,000 in lost wages on a form?
I talked to every person individual.
She did not talk to people on an individual basis. We were all in a room as a group, and she stood in front of the group as a spokesperson. She told everybody that it doesn't matter what your address is, make sure you have Wakulla County 32346 on there. She told us exactly what to circle. She told us to put as our estimated lost wages would be $250,000 or more.
The Florida Bar said based on the forms Daniels is handing out, she appears to be presenting herself as legal representation.
You can't do that in Florida unless you are a member of the Florida Bar in good standing. And so it's problematic that this contract, you're contracting with someone for them to provide you legal services that they can't provide.
Some residents are concerned Daniels is creating panic.
She's come in here and she's told everybody, oh, because you've got a laceration on your arm, oh, that's due from the water. You're not going to get healed up.
They want other people that were at the meetings to think before they sign over their personal information to Daniels.
I believe we're going to get help, and somebody's going to come through for us, and, but I don't think she's the one that's going to give it to us.
The Wakulla County Sheriff's Office has issued a warrant for Susan Daniels' arrest. They say she didn't pay all of her bill at a local hotel, and she's being charged with defrauding an innkeeper for less than $300. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is encouraged to contact the WCSO. So while many people agree that we do need change, they're certainly divided as to whether or not this is the change that we need. I did reach out to local business owners to hear their thoughts on it. One of them, who didn't want to go on camera, simply said that their mother told them, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Langston for sheriff. Everywhere you go in Wakulla County, you can see these signs. One concerned citizen said that he wasn't following the rules when he filed his petition to run for sheriff, and I was there today as she filed her formal complaint. The limestone gravel here on the roadways in Wakulla Gardens was put here to help solve flooding problems. Now people that live here say they're concerned for their health, and they think commissioners are just kicking up dust. Most people in Wakulla Gardens bought into the neighborhood before the limestone gravel was put down. Before that, the roads were dirt, and that meant major problems when it rained.
Flooding, people couldn't get in their homes, ambulances couldn't get to the homes, fire trucks couldn't get in, we were having folks stuck, so therefore the best thing to do is put 57 stone in.
Now residents say maybe that wasn't the best solution.
I think a year later we found out that the dust, the byproduct of the rock, has become more of an issue than what we had before.
Liam Callahan has 2 kids and is concerned for their health.
I have a neighbor down the street that both of his kids both had upper respiratory issues, pneumonia. One of them had pneumonia. My kid has a nagging cough.
County officials say they just don't have the money to pave the roads. They say it will cost millions of dollars to ready the neighborhood for paving.
There's other issues such as stormwater. We have to do something with our stormwater system there, as well as sewer. Those need to be installed prior to any paving.
Edwards said officials are aware of the problem and are working on a long-term plan to help modernize the county.
Should we have initiated it sooner? Probably, but we're initiating that now, and that in the long term, over the next 5 to 10 years, we will be taking care of these problems one by one and update the counties.
Callahan says residents heard about that 5-year plan 5 years ago. He thinks they need to find a solution now.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy to our children. It's not healthy to us. You know, we're having to close our doors, close our windows. You know, we can't wash a vehicle. That's the little things. The big things are the children.
After I spoke to commissioners this morning, they contacted the health department and they said they'll share their findings with us as soon as they become available. Today's date is 3/14, and that's Pie Day here at Deer Lake Middle School. Coming up, I'll tell you about one special little lady who's celebrating in a big way. The person on the outside will come and make the drop, and then the people on the inside come and pick it up. If nobody gets caught, they make a pretty penny. The case involved a 13-year-old girl from Baker County. Earlier today, I spoke with District Attorney Joe Mulholland, and he said South Georgia has never seen a case like this before.
3.141592653589793238466.
Julia Jin has set a new record at Deer Lake Middle School. She memorized the most digits in the number known as pi.
Pi is the circumference of the circle divided by the diameter.
The school celebrates Pi Day every year.
We have a contest, and every student who can memorize at least 100 digits gets to pi the person of their choice.
I thought it would be a fun challenge, and I wanted to beat the school record, and I was curious to know how many digits I could memorize.
The record, around 440. Julia knows 607. Her trick, memorize the digits in groups of 7.
She's in student government, she's on the track team, she's on the math team. What more could you want? She's terrific.
This year, a total of 13 students won the honors of pieing someone in the face. The kids went outside and the chosen ones met their fate. Julia chose her drama teacher, Nathan Williamson.
It is the most proud I've ever been to be covered in dairy.
Then it was back inside where the class with the most memorized digits ate pie.
0005681.
In Tallahassee, Jacquie Slater, WCTV Eyewitness News. This is the 2012 Hurricane Survival Guide. Every year, the Capital Area chapter of the American Red Cross teams up with government and emergency personnel to put it together. It's an early reminder to people in our area that they need to get ready in case a storm comes our way.